Hey everyone, I want to do a quick overview of Spektrum RC's new NX6 radio. This is, I believe there's next generation 6, 8, and 10 channel radios. This is the 6 channel NX6. I just wanted to talk about it, give you my first initial impressions. I've used it a little bit here and there, but not really enough to do a full review. So I'm kind of just doing a brain dump of sorts, just so that you guys can, I guess, hear my perspective as a drone pilot, what I think about the new NX series. So first off the bat, looks pretty similar to their previous radios. This is the IX12 and their DX9. Form factor wise, it's roughly the same. Sizes, I would say, at least compared to the IX12, it's a tiny bit shorter. So it's a little shorter in this direction by maybe a centimeter, not too much, but look at this giant antenna right here, right? So when you're putting it into a backpack, this radio takes up yay amount of space. And then, this is the best part, this antenna folds down. So now you're taking up, you're losing a whole bunch of space with this folding antenna. I'm super stoked on this. Like, let's get it to focus, and then boom. Like, look at that. Look how much it shrinks. That's so cool. And it's like solidly snaps in place. It's not like wobbling around or nothing. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about that. The other benefit of a folding antenna is, let's say you're flying along, you can set your antenna like this if you hold the radio like this. So then your radiation pattern is actually optimal. So it has both the benefit of packability as well as good antenna placement when you're actually flying along. Second cool thing that I like about the NX6 is it's got a micro USB port right there. So if you wanted to use this to plug into your computer to use for a simulator, you either had to get, well, you pretty much had to get a Wi-Fi dongle, or a converter from this either way you had to get a dongle. So now, I was actually just doing it earlier. You grab a USB cable, you plug it into this micro USB. I think the radio is actually still in. You put the radio, you go to the USB modes in the settings, and you click simulator or game controller, I think it's called. And the controller goes into simulator mode, where it turns all the RF off in the radio and it's just a game controller. And it works great. The DRL simulator at least picked it up like instantly. And yeah, I mean, no troubles. It was rad. So that's really cool. I'm excited that they've added that as a feature in the new NX series. I believe they can all do that. And it works like a charm. Let's talk about the screen here really quick. I'm gonna have crazy reflections. So the screen right here, the camera's probably making it green and weird and stuff, but I swear it's nice and white and pretty. But yeah, it's a color display. It's not touch like the IX12. So you get the old scrolly wheel and 3 buttons right here, similar to as you would on the DX9. So love it or hate it, I actually like it. To me, when I wanted to just quickly get around settings, once you get the hang of the menu system, it's actually super easy. It's a really quick and fast way to get through the menu. And I actually really like this menu system. If you're comfortable with the DX series, it's pretty much the same, just a nicer screen. Let's really quickly talk about the gimbals. So the gimbals here, if you've used Spektrum radios in the past, you know they make a solid gimbal. Feels great. I believe they're the same as the IX12, or at least very similar. It uses the same kind of like, so right now, this is in short throw mode. So it doesn't go the full 100%. But then if you pop off these little caps and you flip this switch, now it's in full throw mode. So you have like the full range of movement. So that really just depends on like preference, I think. I like it in short throw. But yeah, so it's really cool to be able to just like quickly switch that on the fly almost. On the front of the radio, you don't have to take it apart or anything. And then we have the gimbal tension screws. This one right there is for the horizontal, and I believe this one right here is for the vertical. And this is ratcheting and friction for like the throttle. So you have access to all the adjustments right on the front of the radio, which is really, really nice to have. Switches, great switches. Awesome little bind button. I actually like to use that as my turtle. So if I use that as my turtle mode, I'm never gonna accidentally be in turtle mode. I hold that down, arm it, then you're in turtle. Quick tip, random fact about how I set up my drones. I think the biggest question is, why would you choose the NX versus, let's say, the IX? So for me personally, I fly quads. So when I go fly, I pretty much, let's say I grab my radio, I turn it on, I arm, I fly, I disarm, I land, and I turn off the radio. So like, it pretty much is an on-off switch and some gimbals. I really don't use all these channels. I don't use all the expo features and the flaps and the flight modes and all the other awesome things that the IX12 can do. I mean, the NX12 or the NX series can do all that stuff also. But I don't really fly planes. I don't fly helis. I don't need any of those crazy features because it's all done on the flight controller, at least for quads. So for me, one of my favorite radios was the DX9 because I could just turn it on, fly, turn it off, done. And I really don't need the like extra battery draw that the Android system pulls. Not that it's that much. This thing actually, with the giant battery in here, lasts forever. I haven't charged it in like a week and a half and it's still at 70%. But yeah, I mean, the reason I use this is it has the crossfire support. It's got this serial output, which the NX series does also right there. The one negative, I will say one con about the NX6 and the 8 is I am told the serial output does not power the crossfire module. Only the NX10 powers the crossfire module from the serial port. So yeah, if you're planning on using crossfire, I'd go with the NX10. If not, obviously you don't have to worry about it. But my personal plan is once I get my hands on a NX10, I'll probably be switching from the IX12 over to the NX10. A lot of that reasoning is this. I mean, to be truthful, like the packability of just that into my backpack is pretty important. As well as like, I do like the classic menu system. Like it works and it's great. And I don't need to fiddle with setting up a bunch of features that you would need to do if I had an airplane or something. So that's where like the benefits of the IX12 are, is if you have to set up all these features like gears and flaps and servos and whatever, then having the ability to like touchscreen and set all that stuff up is great. I don't really need that. So the NX series is actually pretty perfect for my purposes. Yeah, I mean, it charges over USB. It has Wi-Fi, so you can actually update it using Wi-Fi, I believe, instead of the DX9, you had to use this SD card and stuff. So that's like a lot more streamlined, a lot more modern, which is really nice to see. I really like that. Like, let's see if it focuses, but that is awesome. Like, it just packs up so nicely compared to, you know, look how much space you're saving. Yeah, I mean, that's really great. I don't know if I have much else to say other than I will be doing another more like in-depth after I've used it a while kind of review. This is kind of more of a first impressions. I've got it in my hand. I'm playing with it. These are my thoughts. So I'm going to use it for a bit. I'll let you all know how it goes. If you have any questions, want me to try some things, just comment below and I'll try my best to answer your questions. So yeah, thanks everybody. Have a nice day, and I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be making a couple more videos about the NX series as I start to use it more and get used to using it. So cool. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a nice day.